You know what they say, all good things must come to an end. This is our last episode of the Blitz this season, but let's go out with a roar. I'm Pat Maroney.
I'm John Benson. Welcome to the 28th episode of the Blitz, and we started the show as Cubs, and now we've grown into Bears. And we're ready for a full night of high school football.
The playoffs continued in Southwest Georgia tonight. Let's start with the state title favorites in Moultrie, the Colquitt County Packers. It was a rowdy crowd at MacTharp Stadium, but things did not go their way early. The Falcons got the ball first, and they marched it right down the field. Bijan Sirleaf here breaks a couple tackles, gets in. Colquitt's down 6-0 early on, but it would get worse before it gets better. Chase Parrish back to throw. DeCula comes in off the edge. That's a sack fumble. We're going the other way, and this is Giovanni Lugo. He rolls right for DeCula. Defenders can't track him down. He dives in for 6 more. Colquitt would fumble the ensuing kickoff, go down 20-0, but here comes that powerful Packer offense. No panic from them. Parrish throws it tightly out on the border for a first down. Then it's time for the feature back. Saeem King right up the gut of the defense. Packers are rolling now, and then Parrish finds Lee on a screen pass, and he does the rest. That cut it to 20-7. They're down 23-15 at half. And in the second half, they came out firing. They win 51-30. Now let's go out to Adele, where John Lindsay's Cook Hornets were looking to get all fired up against a very good one-loss Hart County team. Here they go. First play of the game after the kickoff. Cameron Fouch hands it off to Keenan Dillon, and he does the rest, making a few cuts, headed to the house, but there's a holding penalty for the Bulldogs, so ball is brought back. Score still 0-0 later in the quarter after Cook County punt. Fouch does some work himself on the ground. This is a 24-yard run. The Hornets have been so good against the run this year. They struggled a little bit on this one. Now it's Fouch again. He's going to fake the handoff, drop back, and he's going to find Zach Maldonado for a big first down. And then here we go after a few penalties to take the Bulldogs back some yards here on third down. The Cook defense cannot hold. He finds Anthony Tucker to put the Bulldogs on the board. That would be the only score of the game. Disappointing end for Cook County season. They lose 7-0.
And in his third year as head coach, Mitchell County's Larry Cornelius continues to improve each season. Last year, he took the Eagles to the playoffs for the first time since 2011. And after losing round 1 last year, Coach Cornelius has once again returned to the playoffs, but as region champs, and is playing against a very, very familiar foe. Calhoun County and Mitchell County have played once before this season on Halloween night. The Eagles won that night. Calhoun holds the Eagles to a 3-and-out, and the offense takes over. Quarterback keeper here from DeJohn Williams. It's good enough for the first down. Few plays later, in the red zone now, Anthony Johnson gets the toss, follows his blockers all the way down for the touchdown. Calhoun is up 7-0 in the first. Then after the touchdown, Mitchell is facing a fourth down here, and that's Troy Chester in the backfield looking to pass, but he's in big trouble, and he goes down for the sack. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a turnover. We're going the other way. Eagles hold Calhoun to a third down, but it's a high snap. Williams would actually get back there to fall on it, but we're forced to punt, and they punt a very good job here. Now in the second quarter, after the punt, Eagles threatening to score, but they get stopped on third down, so it's fourth down. Chester is in the shotgun, fires a slant pass to Terry Burley Jr. He's in for the touchdown. Missed the PAT, though, making the score 6-7, and Mitchell County, unfortunately, would fall in the close one, 13-12 to Calhoun. We'll stay in round 1 in single A with the Irwin County Indians. They're hosting Atkinson County. In the second, Indians up 7-0. With 3 seconds left to go on the clock before the half, they're unable to score again, so Indians still have the lead. And then in the third quarter, running like crazy, that's Young, weaves his way through the defense, gets into the end zone. PAT is missed. Irwin's up 13-0. Robert Moore later fights his way up the middle, rears off a nice long run, and then Moore darts it into the end zone for the touchdown. The Indians convert the 2-point conversion, going up 21-0. Later in the third, that's Bernard who gets the handoff or gets into the corner for the score. Indians' third touchdown of the third quarter. They go up 28-0, and that's where they're ready to hold on for the win over Atkinson County, 28-0. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting warmed up. When we return, we'll have more playoff action after the break.
Welcome back. Fitzgerald High School has a rich football tradition. They've won a ton of games and gone deep into the state playoffs, but they have only one state title way back in 1948. They have a legitimate shot at another one in 2014, but they have to get by Model High School first. Model made the long drive from Rome, Georgia, of course, not Rome, Italy. And so here we go in the first quarter. Model pulls out the trick play on 4th down. Kyler Eldridge back to pass, but he's overthrown. Purple Hurricanes take over, and that's all they need is the football. Talon Golden takes it in from short yardage for Fitzgerald. First touchdown, 7-0. Blue Devils next possession. Eldridge finds Stephen Finley for good yardage. And then Eldridge again fumbles here on the big hit by Marcarius Lundy. Purple Hurricanes get the ball. Now, Gerald Morgan then takes the snap and races around the end with a host of blockers to find his way into the end zone. PAT is missed, and Purple Hurricanes lead 13-0, and they go on to roll 48-14.
Staying in Double-A, the Brooks County Trojans fell runner-up to Fitzgerald for the region title. Nonetheless, they're still home for round 2, and tonight they faced off against Washington Wilkes, the Tigers to be exact. Trojan captains head out for the coin toss, and then they take the field running through the banner. And then DeAndre Harris rolls out to pass, finds Devarius Smith on the sidelines for the first down catch to move the chains. Harris again rolls out, keeps it this time. He'll run it with his legs inside the Brooks 5-yard line. That's a 1st and goal. Harris on the keeper again, powers it in for the first touchdown of the night. Tigers are up 7-0, but then on the Tigers' next possession, deep in their own territory, Harris back to pass, scrambles, but he's sacked for a safety. That's 2 points for Brooks County. 7-2, the Tigers still have the lead. Next possession for Brooks, Ahmad Brown on the handoff, runs it for a nice run for the first down, and then DeMonte Jones, he's back to pass, throws it back across the field, wide open to Metlock for the touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good, so Brooks County would actually have the lead 8-7, and that's exactly where they would stay, is in front of Washington Wilkes, winning 21-14. It's time to take a look at our player of the week, or players in this case. It's the last one of the year, so I feel pretty good about this pick. Cook County running backs, the dual threats in the backfield for the Hornets. There's Jay Smith and Tavon Allen. We're starting with Smith's stats, who racked up 178 yards and 2 touchdowns in round 1 against Central Macon. And then Smith's teammate Allen accounted for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Cook County rolled against Central Macon last week, 42-14, with the help of these 2 guys in the backfield. So congrats to both Jay Smith and Tavon Allen, for being our players of the week. Now we'll go over to Carrie for another look at weather.
Let's head into Athens for tomorrow to see what we have in store for us. Kickoff 51. It'll be the same at 2 p.m. and then by 4 we'll warm up about 4 or 5 degrees to 56. But a little bit closer to home down in Tallahassee, everybody's winning at kickoff. 69 degrees, plenty of sunshine, a few clouds. Into the evening, we'll see a slight chance of showers work their way into Tallahassee. Temperature will start to cool off, and then as we head in towards 6 o'clock, 64 degrees. Here's a look at some of the scores from tonight.
Welcome back. There was one game in Albany tonight where the stakes were at the highest.
Very high. Sherwood Christian moved into the GICAA before the school year began, and here they are a few months later playing for a state championship. So let's head out at Eagles doing it on their home field. That's quite an advantage, and Otis Covington team was feeding off the energy from the very first drive. Here they hand it to Marshawn. Oh, hold on. That's Demetrius Reed. Takes a herd of Knights to take him down, and the Eagles will finish the drive the way they started by running the football. Sherwood strikes first, but Calvary never hung their heads. They took it right back to him. Jaquez Green through the hole to tie the game. Sherwood football now. Dylan Evans throws a rope to Greg Elder. He has the nicest parents. The slant route goes for a big gain for the Eagles. Then started the second quarter now. Reed takes a handoff, cuts it against the grain, and he will not be stopped. They take the lead again. And then Sherwood gets another stop. The Knights decide to punt to Chasnick Griffin, and that would be a bad choice. He left this punt coverage team scrambling, makes a few misses, gets some killer blocks all the way into the end zone. And Sherwood Christian wins the state championship 21-13. The first time doing anything is a struggle. Just look at our first episode of the Blitz last year.
Gosh, I don't want to go back and watch that. But we've come a long way, but Georgia Christian hasn't had those growing pains on the football field. And this is their first year in the GISA, and they've made it to the Final Four. So here we go. They're back at home in Dasher, taking on Memorial Day, but they were leading 13-0. Cole Copeland back to pass, hits Blake Winters across the middle, and he falls into the end zone for the touchdown. Memorial Day still has the lead, though, 13-7. Matadors going for it on 4th and inches, and they get it to keep the drive alive. We're bringing out the sticks, but nope, I'm sorry. That was not good there. But then they come up short. Generals would take over. Next play, Dylan Winters with the handoff goes for the big game, and Matadors in deep in Matadors territory there. But on the next play, Copeland fumbles the snap, and then they come up with it. That's a loose ball. We got a turnover, and Georgia Christian's Cinderella story comes to an end this evening as they fall to Memorial Day 21-14. Let's check out that play of the week, shall we? We go back to Sherwood Christian. We just saw this. We're to the GICAA State Championship game on the punt return. This opened up the score. Chasnick Griffin takes off towards the right, then cuts it back left towards the sideline, off to the races. Griffin going the distance all the way to the house for 6. That punt return helped the Eagles win the school's first football state title game over Calvary Christian. So congratulations to them for making our play of the week.
This roller coaster ride isn't over just yet. Keep those belts buckled. We'll be right back with more highlights and, of course, our last fan of the week of the season. So stay with us.
There we go. Welcome back. In Region 1 4A, there's only one team left in the playoffs, and that would be the Cairo Syrup Makers, and they are back at home tonight.
Yes, they were. It's always a fun one down to Syrup Country, so let's head down there as they played North Oconee. And look at the band. That Syrup Maker band is always doing a good job. Good crowd on hand there. And here we go. And unfortunately, North Oconee strikes first there with a touchdown, but Cairo, here's a here's an extra point now. Nice job, 7-0. That's what usually happens after a touchdown, but Cairo didn't quit. They got excited. Here's Jeremiah Hill. He was a beast tonight, as he always is. He gets the ball, runs it up the middle. It's good for a first down, and Hill just keeps going and going. This scamper puts him close to the goal line now. The Syrup Makers hoping to punch it in to even the score, but quarterback Chad Marshall looks like he's aiming for Hill, but intercepted by Eric Bell. That one hurts. North Oconee got the ball back here. Nice pass play. Unfortunately, Cairo really struggled tonight to move the football. They lose, ending their season, ending the 4A1 season. They lose by a score of 14-7. Now for our fan of the week, we're going to get a little sappy here, and we're not going to play any favorites in our last episode. We want to thank all of our fans from all over Southwest Georgia. Well, not just our fans. We have plenty. Always getting hounded for autographs and all that stuff. But we're talking about the football fans out there. The students, the parents, the cheerleaders, the bands, even the little ones. All of you are Fox 31 fans of the week, because without you guys, John and I wouldn't be able to sit up here and do this show. So thank you all for a great season.
You know, I have to say, your tie is looking sharp tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that jacket, but for some reason, I feel like it looks pretty good.
It looks good on you too, man. Well, that was a great year for us.
Great year.
Yeah.
And it's not over for a lot of teams.
A lot of schools
Fitzgerald's still around, Irwin County, Calhoun County, obviously Colquitt County had a big comeback tonight. So
now the Colquitt County, they're playing Milton, and since they're a #1 seed out of Region 5, they will have a coin toss to determine who will be the home field for that game. So that'll be something to look forward to. When they do the toss.
It's crazy that it comes down to a coin toss.
I know. Well, last year, remember we had a 3-way tie.
Oh, yeah.
And that was mini games. That was a little different.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
But
so.
we'll have those highlights from Irwin next week and Fitzgerald. But
Definitely.
thank you for a great season, and that'll do it.
That'll do it. Have a good night.